Thank you very much. Then we'll go on to the first person to get on this stage. Her name is Hannah Little. She's a PhD student in the Artificial Intelligence Laboratory at the University of Brussels. Before moving to Belgium, she worked in the UK in the field of science communication. However, now her work lives in the cracks between cognitive linguistics, psychology, biology, and computer science. That's a mouthful. And as a result, she finds it nearly impossible to communicate it to anyone, which is a bit of a shame, because that's the point of what we're doing here. In a nutshell, she uses theremins to investigate how structure emerged in language. Feel free to ask her what the hell that means. But she's going to explain it to us now. Please, can I have your round of applause for Hannah Little?
Hello? Everyone can hear me, right? Okay. So, fireflies, right? Humans are much more similar to fireflies than you might assume. Fireflies, they flash. And what does that little flash mean? It means, will you have sex with me? Will you have sex with me? Will you have sex with me? Humans, some humans, probably, hopefully nobody in this room, they also flash. And I think what that means, though, I'm not sure, it means, will you have sex with me? But I guess the difference is that this has never been successful. But it's quite a successful strategy for the fireflies. It's just a bit of a dating tip for y'all. Okay, so hello, I'm Hannah. I study how languages evolved, or how human language evolved. So the way that I do that is, as Jeroen said, using experiments, using theremins. I'm not going to explain that. Tough. So what I do is I basically get baffled members of the public into my laboratory, and I tell them, we've crashed on an alien planet, and we need to be able to communicate with the locals, so we're going to have to learn the alien language. And nobody ever believes me, even when I dress up. So as humans, I guess when we're thinking about communication and language, we think about, making sounds. I'm speaking right now, you can hear me, you're understanding me. We also gesture. You can all see me flying my hands around, because that's what I do when I'm nervous. But if we think about aliens, the likelihood that they probably use the same communication channels as humans is actually quite small. Aliens could use any number of tactics. They could communicate using the medium of touch. They could send electric signals to each other. They could use smell. I mean, imagine if humans used smell to communicate, I could, waft you with my bad breath to indicate, feed me. Or give you a big sniff of my smelly feet to express the desire for a good cup of tea. Or to indicate intense danger, I could just give off a really acrid fart. Sorry. That was not bad breath, that was just me coughing. But really, we don't actually need to go to an alien world to find any communication system that is quite so weird. I mean, the planet is covered in animals, and animals do some pretty weird shit. I said earlier, fireflies, they use fire. Electric eels, they use electricity. And smelly fish use smell. Basically, most animals communicate, and the complexity with which their communication system works is basically in direct correlation with the complexity of their needs and desires. Whales, for example, they are a very simple creature. Sperm whales in particular, they have a unique song. Each sperm whale has their own song that is just theirs. No other whale has it. And basically, what that song expresses for each whale is, I am me, this is me, I am here, and I am me. Me. Sometimes I just wander around my own house when I'm on my own and sing that to myself. It's that's quite reassuring. Naked mole rats, they're slightly more complex in their needs. I don't know if anybody knows what a naked mole rat is. I wasn't allowed to have pictures in this presentation. But basically, if you just imagine what a penis would look like, but with teeth, like, they're hideous. But they like to communicate where they are. Like, I am me. They like to say that. But also, they like to communicate about food. Where's the food? Very important. But what's interesting is that naked mole rat communicates by seismic communication. So that literally means that they communicate using earthquakes. So they bang their little tiny naked mole rat heads against the side of the tunnel to speak to all of the other little naked mole rats. You know? Bang their head against the walls. And PhD students, we only do that when we agree to do stand-up comedy for course credit. Bees are... they're not so complex. They basically have one thing that they want to know, and that is, where are the flowers? However, they need to know 3 things about where the flowers are. So bees, they communicate using a dance, which is called the waggle dance. It goes a little bit similar like this. So, the 3 things they want to communicate is, what direction are the flowers in? So they do their dance in an angle which is in relation to where the sun is, which communicates to all the other bees in what direction. The second thing is, how far away are the flowers? Okay? And they do that using the duration of the dance as such. The flowers are quite far away. And the third thing is, and I think this is the most important, how awesome are these flowers? And they communicate using that, the intensity of the dance. So the more intense the dance, the more awesome the flowers. So I challenge you, next time anyone asks you for directions anywhere, you express it to them using the medium of dance. Okay, I'm going to go in a minute, but before I do, I just want to tell you one last thing about my all-time favourite animal, which is it's a type of monkey. It's called the putty-nosed monkey. And they have things that humans might even think of as words. So they've got 3 words that they use. The first word is peow, which kind of sounds like a cartoon laser, you know, peow, peow, peow. But what peow means is, I'm going to take the microphone away from my voice in a minute just to save your hearing. Hopefully you'll be able to still hear me. Okay, so what peow means is, holy shit! There's leopards! We need to get up the fucking tree! Now! The second word is hack. Hack, 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 hack. What that means is, holy shit! There's eagles! We need to get down the tree! Right fucking now! I'm just slavering all over myself. And the third word is peow hack. What peow hack means is, holy fucking Christ! There's eagles and leopards everywhere! We need to get out of here right fucking now!
Hannah Little. So some animals communicate by smell. I think the whole audience is trying to communicate with me now. Actually, I had a moth in my room yesterday, and I think the only thing that moths think is, oh, a light, I'm gonna bang my head against it. Bam! Bam! This is great! Bam! Bam! Or flies trying to get through a glass window. I'm gonna fly right through that. Bam! Maybe it'll work this time. Bam! Now, no, it'll definitely work this time. And that 50 times in a row until I can't sleep. That's how my night was. Okay, great. So we had one great presentation from Hannah. Can I have a round of applause again? That was really, that was, as she would describe it herself, that was great.